When everyone thought her political run was over, her covert silence and resounding actions made her more popular than anyone else. In 2027, French leader Marine Le Pen may finally leave her chance to win and lead France with grace. How did she stage this comeback? Hi and welcome, I'm your host Vedika, let's begin. Recent surveys conducted by the Wire Voice Institute for Liberation have revealed a significant increase in trust and public perception of Marine Le Pen and her political party, Rassemblement National in France. Marine Le Pen currently holds the position of the second most popular political figure in the country, with an impressive 37% of positive opinion. Furthermore, the RN party has emerged as the most trusted among voters, with a notable 20% expressing confidence in the party, surpassing other major political entities. This marks a notable shift in the political landscape. One of the striking findings of these surveys is the strong performance of the RN party on issues related to security, immigration, and racism, as highlighted by respondents. Marine Le Pen's party is distinguished by its perception as less radical and less violent when compared to certain left-wing alternatives. This recent survey carries substantial significance for Marine Le Pen, who has faced consecutive electoral defeats in France. Notably, in the 2022 presidential election, Le Pen achieved a noteworthy electoral performance, potentially leading in the first round with up to 36% of the vote. Still, she failed to oust French President Emmanuel Macron from power as she lost the second round. In contrast, the 2017 presidential election resulted in a decisive victory for Emmanuel Macron, who secured 66.06% of the vote, becoming France's youngest president. Macron's triumph signaled the end of the long-standing dominance of the traditional left-wing and right-wing parties in French politics. Marine Le Pen, however, made considerable strides in the 2017 election by garnering 33.94% of the vote. Emmanuel Macron, the French president, finds himself grappling with growing unpopularity. A year into his re-election, Macron's image has soared both domestically and internationally, leading to a surge in support for Rassemblement National. The pension reform, which raised the retirement age to 64, faced opposition from a substantial majority of the population, with 59% believing it was wrong to move past the issue. According to a survey, Macron's televised speech to address French nationals for reforms convinced only 22% of the populace, resulting in his popularity ratings plummeting to near record lows, with just 1 in 4 voters holding a positive view of him. In an attempt to regain public trust, Macron also pledged to unveil a new education policy agenda before summer, emphasizing unity and action. He engaged in face-to-face meetings with disgruntled rural voters. Still, he faced vocal opposition and heckling. Marine Le Pen's resurgence in popularity in France can be attributed to a combination of factors, each contributing to her growing appeal among the electorate. Notably, her decision to distance herself from the Ukrainian conflict and refocus her efforts on domestic affairs has garnered significant support among the French populace. Despite her elite French family background, Le Pen has adopted an anti-elitist stance that resonates with many voters. French politics has long been dominated by an entrenched elite, often seen as favoring the privileged few. Le Pen's rise to prominence represents a direct challenge to this established order, positioning her as a champion for the common people. Furthermore, Le Pen's steadfast focus on rural issues has been a defining aspect of her political strategy. This approach has found traction with voters, particularly in the 2022 elections, where she emphasized the pressing concern of the cost of living. In these elections, Le Pen secured victory in rural areas by a substantial margin compared to her rival, Emmanuel Macron. Her ability to connect with rural voters is rooted in her portrayal as an outsider, appealing to those who have long felt marginalized by traditional political elites. Additionally, Le Pen's stance on immigration and the preservation of French national identity has struck a chord with many rural voters. Concerns about cultural change and the impact of immigration on local communities have driven support for her policies in these regions. Her commitment to protectionist and economic nationalist policies has also resonated with voters facing economic challenges, such as job losses and declining industries. The upcoming 2027 elections may provide Marine Le Pen with the opportunity to pursue the French presidency once again if she chooses to run. Her resurgence in popularity and her ability to connect with voters, particularly in rural areas, have positioned her as a formidable contender for the presidency in the forthcoming elections. The outcome will be closely watched, as it has the potential to reshape the nation's political trajectory.